Hello, chess players! Welcome to the second episode of the Practical Endgames series. In this lesson, we'll be looking at how to create a passer. But first, let's remember the homework, yeah? Did you manage to solve it? It was a really hard puzzle. So here we have this position, and I'm wondering, if you try to push the pawn immediately. But actually this would be a big blunder if you tried that, because with white we missed the threat. Black can go here, and suddenly we are getting mated here, like this. So for example, we push the pawn, but it's not enough. We can even queen, but getting mated here. So a4, if you thought about it, good idea to push the pass pawn in general, but doesn't work tactically, because we're getting mated. So maybe you think then we have to take the pawn. Next idea would be to take first the pawn, then push the a pawn. But if we do that, black is able to run back, and actually he'll be getting into the square, what we looked in the lesson, in the previous lesson. So en passant capture. And where's the square? You see the corners of the square being drawn. We use the method diagonally to the edge of the board. But seems like black is entering the square. So if we push, he's getting back. Again, the square became smaller, but he's getting back and stopping the pawn like this. Actually, if we analyze this further, this is going to be even a draw. Fortunately for white, they don't lose. So that's how the game could end in a draw like this. Very crazy variation, long one. So king g2 also doesn't work. So what could be the right idea? Very hard to find the first move. Maybe you can even now think, after I revealed the wrong answers. The right move is f6. Double exclam, creating an obstacle for the king not be able to get back through here. So let's see how that happens. And they don't have time for mates, because we're gonna queen immediately like this, So they have to take this pawn after f6, and now we take with the king. Big difference. Now his path is blocked. He has barrier here, f6, and he still tries to get back, but through another path like there. But now it's different. Now we play a4. You see, he's not in time. Looks like not in time in the square. There's the square, but it gets smaller because they take en passant, and suddenly black seems to get back in time to the square. But as we know, not all rules are not working 100% always. So after this move, maybe you can find a way to create him obstacles or barriers for that king not to catch the a pawn. And the right idea is d6, creating obstacles. So very hard from the beginning to see this, but a very interesting example I found from the Dvoretsky Endgame manual, this one. So CD, and the critical move. If they play c6, then we go through already. He cannot catch this pawn. There's the square. Even if he enters the square, now he's blocked by his own pawn. So after d6, has to take. But now final nail in the coffin, for the black king. c6. DC and a5, and finally we sacrificed all the pawns. Amazing study, this one. And then the pawn goes through, because the black king is not able through the barrier or obstacle to reach the square. So even if you didn't solve it, tried it, well done. Now let's move to our first example of this lesson, which will be about creating a passed pawn. So there is this kind of special rule used in books. Nimzowitsch, I think, used it. It's called PPP, acronym for Push Prospective Pawn. Yeah, so white has 2 versus 1 on this side of the board, on the king side. And how do we need to start pushing? Yeah, if you don't know exactly, some beginners might not even see a difference. Yeah, they just push randomly, for example, this pawn. But this would be a huge mistake, because black can play h5 and with 1 pawn stop our 2 pawns. So this is called like deep freeze. 1 pawn holds 2 or more, and suddenly it's only a draw in this position. Yeah, we cannot proceed, because if we try to move the king around, his king is also, yeah, would get our pawn like that. So the right idea is, that's why this rule is called push prospective pawn. It means we are looking for potential pass pawn which doesn't have any like obstacles in front of him, yeah, stopping, who has no enemy pawns on the same line, and he will potentially become a pass pawn. So g4 is the right way to go, and we go h4, and that's how we create a pass pawn. Here the king goes to stop our pawns, the black king, but we advance our own king, and this will be winning because we create a pass pawn, and on the other flank also we're eating opponent's pawns, so that's how we would win. So the rule to take from this example, when we have pawn majority, start pushing the pawn which will actually be the pass pawn, yeah, not the h pawn randomly, but g pawn has no opponent on the g file, no other pawn, so this pawn will become potentially a pass pawn. Okay, next example. So now that we know this idea, this rule, which pawn to push, try solving this example with white. Yeah, what do we need? We have, looks like we have many potential pass pawns, but we're in danger of being attacked by enemy king here. So which pawn to actually push? Tricky example. Pause the video if you need and decide. So the right answer is h3. Since we would love to create the passer on the h file, we start by pushing h pawn. Yeah, we of course cannot push 2 squares. Maybe we could try, yeah, but probably not a good idea. They take, but h3 is the right way, and our next idea is g3 and h4. Very common mistake if you thought about this move to immediately push the h pawn. This would be a terrible mistake. Maybe you can see why. Actually, black could play g4, and this time it's even crazier. Yeah, 1 pawn stops 3 pawns. Surprisingly, yeah, because if we push now the pawn, yeah, you just have to remember en passant rule. So white is losing. And if we start going with the king around, he can easily press our king and win the b pawn and win the game, because this pawn easily holds the 3 pawns. So g3, very common mistake amongst lower rated guys. Such a move, yeah, looks like very natural. We want to just support the other pawn, but always be on the lookout of this deep freeze idea, 1 pawn holding many. So h3 was the right idea, and even if the king goes here, we needed to just calculate a bit that we are in time to create a passer here. And the critical move maybe is g4. Yeah, if they take, our pawn just runs away, and we just needed to see kind of this line, calculate the race a bit. We are first to queen, and then we win by just checking. Yeah, we can even sacrifice the queen and go for this pawn with the king and easily winning the game. So very instructive example how to create a pass pawn. PPP, start by pushing prospective passer. Yeah, not randomly pushing pawns, but think about which pawn will become a passer and start pushing it, not the others. Okay, next example. Here we have a bishop endgame, and we have 2 versus 1 on this flank. Yeah, so what we should do, of course, we start pushing the pawn a4 and creating a passer. Black tries to stop us by bringing this bishop around, but we keep pushing forward. Yeah, because the enemy king is so far away, we try to queen promote on our own, yeah, with the help of the bishop. So bishop temporarily pins the pawn. Now, yeah, if this would be a huge blunder. Yeah, we lose the bishop and he stops the queening square. So what should we do here? Pause the video. How should we proceed with the promotion idea? Right, answer is bishop d8. We just move the bishop a bit further away, and the threat now is b7, b8. Yeah, even if he takes the bishop on d8, yeah, for example, if he stays here, yeah, then we just go b7, and now he cannot. Takes the bishop, yeah, we queen, so we distract that bishop. So he tries to move away from the other side, but now we can finish in a tactical way. Yeah, we can make a distraction. Boom, bishop takes f6, and we distract the bishop. Yeah, either we win the bishop or we distract it and queen. Okay, so this was example about bishop endgame. Yeah, how to promote, how to push the pawns. Okay, next example. Sometimes we can create a passer in a tactical way. Yeah, so think about white. What should white play here? How to create a passer? And the right idea is a4. We use that the knight is positioned here, protected by the pawn. So if they take en passant, they drop the knight. So that's how we think, yeah, about creating a passer, sometimes tactically, because if the knight wasn't here, it would be very hard to push this pawn, yeah, because it's blocked by this. It's like a deep freeze again, one pawn holding the 2. But we have this tactical idea because, well, not a good idea to take. Yeah, they dropped the knight. So a4, and the game continued in this one. Queen g4, g5, king g2. White started pushing the pawn and later won the game like this. Yeah, the pawn is protected nicely. We are supporting it with pieces, trying to even attack the black king if possible, yeah, and push the pawn and win. Yeah, so nice idea. Nice if you found this tactical, yeah, tactical creation of a pass pawn. Okay, a bit trickier example this one. White to play. How can we create, looks like impossible at first sight, how can we start idea of creation of a pass pawn somewhere? Pause the video if you need, and the right move is, surprisingly, queen b5, very annoying pin. And if opponent takes the queen, then suddenly we create a pass pawn. So we could call this again tactical creation of a pass pawn. So in the game, black took the queen, but maybe they could play this. Possible, but hard to believe black is surviving with leaving this active queen, yeah, on b5. So example line could be, yeah, white slowly improves, black is just waiting around, and something like this, and rook h8 will follow. Black cannot just stay there, put this position, while white will just break through. So in the game, black actually took the pawn, but that allowed us to create the pass pawn, and white went to win the game like this. First, yeah, they improved the rook, broke through the center, improving the king, and even broke here, f5, trying to get to f7 pawn actually. And by doing this, remaneuvered the king. And after bishop b6, black even resigned because pawns are dropping. Yeah, a5 is dropping, f7 is dropping. So, okay, another tactical way. Sometimes we have to search for these ways in our games, especially from like late middle game going into the practical endgame, yeah, to search for these ways to create pass pawn tactically. Next example. Question, pause the video, white to play. How white can create a pass pawn in this position? Well, the right moves are either a4 or b4. b4 is actually very good. a4 with the same idea to later just push b4 and a5. Because we have nice pawn structure here, yeah? We have 2 versus like almost 1, yeah, here. If we don't count the other pawn chains fully, yeah? But we have potential to create the a passer. In the game, b4 was played. Rook a4 would allow white to just massive attack if he tried to stop us, block the creation of a pass pawn. Because also we have black has weakened king at the same time. Well, it's not fully an endgame, yeah? It would be, this example maybe is late middle game, we could call it almost endgame, yeah? Because the king is still or endgame with middle game features, yeah, we call it, because king safety is still an issue. And rook af5 was played in the game. They took the pawn, but that allows white to proceed with his plan and create a passer. Now black went knight f6. If they go try to stop us, maybe you can see a nice way for white to go on with their plan, yeah, and still try to create a passer. Pause the video if you need. The right move is a5. Yeah, we do it tactically again, because he cannot capture the pawn. We exploit again this weakened king with a double attack. Yeah, so the game knight f6, and that allowed white to create a passer, which he pushed, and later won the game. Great chances to win. We have a big passer here. It will distract half the or all the army of black to deal with it, and maybe we can even then attack the king, for example. So next example, and this final example will be your homework. So let's put everything we've learned about creating a pass pawn into solving this homework, yeah? And it's white to play, and I'll show you the answer in the next video, but be careful. It might seem easy, this one, but there's a little tricky, yeah? You might expect some easy moves, but try to look how black can stop you, yeah, from making these easy moves, easy plans. So I'll leave you with this homework and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.